Before I talk about the gear, I just want to cover everything else first. I want to hit stat priority first. Hit cap, we already have this from our ring runes, so don't worry about that. Stamina is your number one. If you're serious about, open world PvP and like dueling, it's always your number one. Maybe a warlock gear is like your occasional little more damage over stamina because it seems like kind of a race, but still, I'm not sure. I haven't had many duels, but I think stamina also could still be considered better. Maybe a good balance of both. Then we're going to go spell damage and crit and armor, defense, spirit, and then hit is useless because of the rings. The defense gives you, I looked this up because I was curious. One defense skill is 0.04 chance to be missed, dodge, parry, block. 0.04 reduction to enemies crit chance. So it's really not that bad. This is important to mention because there are some tank pieces that are considered to be pretty good. So it's not a waste of stat. The armor, obviously, armor is armor. Runes, improved bark skin on helm. These are always, right? These are just ones that you never switch. Improved bark skin, starfall on cloak, improved bark skin on helmet, frenzy regen on your bracers, eclipse on your belt, star surge on your legs, survival of the instincts always on your boots, survival instincts, sorry, and ring runes, nature and arcane always on rings. The only swappable runes are chest and gloves. I usually run Fury of the Storm Rage and Sunfire. I think this is overall best, but Survival of the Fittest is really good, especially in a rogue 1v1, and Wild Growth could be pretty good because it's like a faster rejuve that heals more in less time, but for more mana. But Sunfire seems to be good with how buffed Moonkin form is, which I can show you guys real quick. I don't think many people know about this. I didn't know. I think they buffed it and they buffed it more. I'm not sure. I stopped playing in P3. So it gives you armor 360%, which is normal. And it still gives you 3% crit, but now it gives you Moonfire, costs 50% less mana, which also affects Sunfire, and deals 50% more damage over time. Your periodic damage spells can deal critical periodic damage now, so your fucking dots can crit now. And you gain 120 spell damage. Just flat, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, it's actually insane. So professions, NG will be your number one profession still, because of the NG bracers. They're basically like a Will Forsaken, and you get bombs and other clutch items and fun items to use. Your second profession, I feel like doesn't really matter, especially if you're like in a dueling tournament. I don't think any profession helps you because I don't think they would allow the enchanting sigils, but enchanting is looking like the best second profession, maybe even the best profession, because you get 30 spell power. So you could kind of make it into a little game. How long can you live and not lose your buff? Whatever, you know what I mean? It gives you a reason to try to stay alive. Try a little harder, Everything else I have nothing to really mention. I mean, yeah, everything else is like BOE items. So your race and faction will always be Horde. Tauren is just insane. Extra stamina and War Stomp. The plays you can make with War Stomp, just all my clips include a War Stomp. I don't really do it on purpose. It just kind of flows. It's too good of a racial, and it's pretty short cooldown. So Night Elf, you can meld drink, but you have to be out of combat. So you can find a clutch in a duel with that, maybe. It's mainly just getting world PvP, so you don't get found. Let's talk about talents too really fast. So this is what I've been running, and currently this is what I've been running because I dual spec swap my talents and get my improved Mark the Wild from my PvE spec, this is my PvE spec. I'm not sure about this 1 point. Either you put 3 here or 3 here, and 2 and 2. I'm not sure. I saw both online, but this isn't a PvE guide. But yeah, I do that. So you save 5 points, but the 5 points you save aren't that good. Like it's these points, right? It's this would be the build if you didn't want to dual swap. This would be your build if you wanted to improve Mark. If you didn't want to swap your spec for your buff. You can't do it with like Omen or Thorns either. I've tested it. Only Mark of the Wild. So yeah, this is the build I've been running, just full balance. I'm sure you guys are also curious about these two builds. Feral Charge build. You kind of have a couple floater points that I'm not like, it's personal preference. Like obviously I'm not an Omen here. You could go 3 here, 2 here, 1 here, 2, 2, 1. I'm not sure. It's, you know what I mean? Like I really couldn't tell you what's best because I really don't know. I think you want 3 into shifting because this build is a lot of shifting, right? So that would probably be best. I haven't played with this build. I don't think it's good because I just feel like Sod is a damage race and you don't have that much time to feral charge and go bear. It's 2-second global to go bear. It's 2-second global to go back into Boomy, and Boomy form's super good. So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think it's that good though. And then here's like my swarm build. Put 2 here and 0 here. I think, and if you got instant bash, it could be good, but maybe just 5 here. I don't think this build's that good either. You could also put 5 here. I don't know. I don't think this build's that good either. If you do the Mark of the Wild swap, you could put 5 into Fury, I guess, for an instant bash and energy when you stealth. I just don't really see the point of this build. I don't think Swarm is that good. Although it is affected by that Moonkin form thing, your dots from Swarm do crit now, so it's not that bad. Maybe it's better than I think, just triple dot and run away, but I guess in that case you would go like this. But like I said, personal preference here, like could go like this, could go like this for the bear and this for the pushback. Like I don't know. I have no idea. But this is my best guess. I played with this for a little bit and then I was like, Swarm sucks, and then I started playing full balance and I like it a lot. The Thorns could actually give you a little bit of an edge, and if you did want to try it, I haven't tried it yet. 2-piece from MC, I haven't gotten around to trying it. It could be insane. I don't actually have it on my BiS list, but I did mention it in my notes. So let's just dive into the BiS list now. It's always 6-set PvP, and then there's like some really good tank items that you want to consider. This item, and well, this is the swappable item. So let's just talk about all your swappable pieces, your unused pieces, your NG gloves, your NG bracers, sorry, and your medicine pouch. Insane. AGM is still insane. Mark of the Dragon Lord is insane, actually. 500 absorb is 50 stamina, right? So that's insane. This new PvP trinket shares with your old one, but it gives you 20 shadow res, so that's a good pickup. There's just a ton of good trinkets, man. You could have your pet swaps. You can have like a zoo, kind of. I think if you really wanted it, this would be good in like a dual series. I don't know, though. I don't think it's that good. Barrow for like a zoo. I heard the Cannonball trinket interrupts attacks, but it doesn't move once you put it down. Heart of the Dragon scale is actually really good. It has a lot of stamina, and it has like a little thorns on it, basically. Arcanite Dragling is insane, probably. It's just a lot of gold. I haven't got my hands on it. This is like a must pick up eventually. This trinket got updated. It's actually insane. 20-second dot on a rogue off global. Could put it into a macro. With stamina and damage, it's really good. Like Goblin Mortar would be insane. Just a stun. Always was good. And then obviously like Talisman and the one from the other, like the mini Talisman is good. Defilers is good too. 500 to 600 physical damage. It's basically a 50 to 60 stamina. It's the same reason the Mark of the Dragon Lord is good. It's like a mini AGM. It's actually really good. It might not look good when you first look at it, but it's actually really good. There are trinkets, that kind of covers it. There's a couple other trinkets we're going to look at in a second. This item I haven't gotten my hands on either, but apparently it's really good. Like apparently the damage procs all the time, it procs off spells. Apparently it's really good. Yeah, this belt for the stamina is insane. I'm not really going to show the Bloodguard Legion stuff because it's Boomy set. You guys know what that is. This ring is pretty much always worn, the Fear Ring. And yeah, that kind of covers like the usable items. I think this is what I would initially, when I first start World PvP and I first start dueling, I would wear this, and then I would slowly start swapping around pieces and whatnot, right? So this is like, this shows what you would swap if stuff is on cooldown. I think So you could probably still, like, if med pouch is unclawed, I just want to say real quick, this combination is still insane. You put on your Blood Moon book, it has a ton of stamina. But I think Key to the City is looking a little more appealing. So this is my full stam no usable items. The last one was full stam usable items, right? So it's still the same tank neck, same tank cloak. But here we actually have the bracers from Honor, right? And then if you wanted to run 2-set, you could run Feral Heart tank bracers with Feral Heart belt, and you get 23 spell damage. And the tank ones are actually insane, right? Armor, stamina, defense, really good. And this, you don't get hit from this belt, you get crit, which just makes it really valuable. But yeah, Key to the City is insane. This is actually 31 stamina. The stats are a little wrong on it. It does have a wasted stat with the hit, but it's still really good because of the stam change. Okay, so Duke's Domain. This is from Exalted MC Rep. This is insane, 22 stamina. Don't even worry about the other stuff on it. Same with Broodmother's Brooch. This is from Oni. It's a new trinket. RIP your tank, because you don't have block value for your shield, but this thing has 24 stamina. So say your trinkets are all on cooldown, your AGM's on cooldown, your PvP trinkets on cooldown, and you're about to duel a rogue, or a rogue's about to gank you. Bro, this is 26 or 46 stamina. This is insane combination right here. So, idols, by the way, Moonfire would pretty much always be wearing. A good pickup is Rejuve. And the Wrath one's kind of meh now. It's pretty much always Moonfire because it also affects Sunfire. Heavy Dark Iron Ring. This is the other tank one I wanted to mention. These are the 3 tank pieces I wanted to mention that weren't on the other set. This thing's insane. This is a really good ring. RIP a tank again, obviously. Pretty much here. Like, it's going to be really hard to get those items. But I talked to the tank in my guild. I'm in an SR guild. And there's no rules on it. But out of consideration, I mentioned it to him. And he was pretty cool with it. Said he was going to roll versus me, though. And probably SR it, which is fine. So actually, this Whisper Secret's really good, though. But like I said, an easy route is the Feral Heart. This is the same. This is the same set, just showing off that you can run tank Feral Heart with Boomy Feral Heart, which is pretty cool. Not many people know about that. What else? So this is like a damage set. This is like potentially what you would wear if you versed a lock, I'd say. Even down to like this item, these like your weapon and your ring choice here. This would be really good versus a lock because you got the damage, you still got the stam, you got the bracers. I think this would be really good. Like obviously BiS neck, BiS cloak for PvE, also crazy damage, but just kind of lacking stam. That's why they're not that good in a normal set. And then this new mace seems insane. I want to get my hands on it, but I don't want to go broke. The book from last phase. And same ring here, but then the Nova ring, you do lose a little bit of stam, but if you Nova to pet off you or something, it could be pretty good. Talisman, honestly, same idea. Like, I think for a lock, you just gotta burst them. So if you pop Talisman, you pop your bracers with Talisman, I think you just kind of own the lock if you play it right. With this trinket and like these bracers, yeah, I actually kind of see like this is like a lock set or like a fun set, like more of a balanced set. If you want to do if you don't want to lose damage from tank gear, this is the set you would go. And then obviously if like your bracers are on cooldown, you can do the same thing. You can swap that around. By the way, sadly you can't swap your boots and your glove enchants because they're unique items. I do prefer the stamina on the boots though. Jin is a good trinket or a good Pre-BiS option from Sunken Temple. This is a good option too. Has a lot of stamina, a lot of damage. This is just expensive too. If I bought all these pieces that I wanted earlier on, I would just be broke. This is okay. It has 10 Oh no, they actually nerfed the stamina. That sucks. It's okay though. It's no one wants it. And then beads is like, it's from your question. From if you did your question, this is an okay. Blood Moon Cloak is really good. Your PvP Cloak is also 17 stamina. That's really good if you don't have Blood Moon. And then Frostwolf is okay too. It has 11 stam, 14 damage. Skeleton books with like a zoo, like skeleton, like Book of the Dead or Ani book, with like some trinket, like Arcanite Dragling, like how you have like a zoo or whatever. Also phase shift seems okay. I'm not gonna lie. This ring. Something I am not sure about at all, but could be insane if it works, is having your 2 set Cenarian, getting your damage dealt by thorns increased and your duration increased, using that, and then swapping the set. I think it might actually work because I really don't see why it wouldn't. And with my current build with no Mark of the Wild, it would just complement it perfectly because you get value out of thorns. If it works, any 2 set would work. It doesn't even matter what it is. Without breaking your 6 set, you would have to run belt and wrist. And if it works, there would be no point because the only reason to do it would be for that. So I have a raid today. Hopefully I win one piece and we'll see. This craftable belt, very expensive, is also really good. This belt from the World Boss Kaz is really good. It's better in terms of stamina and armor. A little less damage, but it's probably better overall. So the Kaz belt is actually a really good pickup too, by the way. Losing a little damage for crit could be pretty sleeper. I'm not sure if it like tested like a more crit set, but I feel like if you're critting a bunch, you kind of just win. So this is more of like a Pre-BiS, more doable, and items that I'm still using right now currently. Blood Moon Cloak, really good. Senior Sergeant's Insignia for your neck, really good. Crazy stamina. I don't have this, so I use the AB dagger, but this actually has more stam, and honestly, it might be better. I would recommend forming your own Sunken Temples and hard resing this, or joining an SR in it, because sometimes Sunken Temples are a bit of a shit show, but this boss normally dies in bad runs, so shouldn't have a problem getting the swing at it. The trinkets don't really bother because I've already covered that, but smoldering is a nice easy pickup, I'd say. Abandoned Wedding Ring I use all the time still. It's really good. It's very, very close to the MC tank ring. Very good. And I just have like Feral Heart 2 set with the Feral Heart tank. Not sure. Whatever you can really get your hands on. But yeah, this is like more of a Pre-BiS. You're kind of just looking for stam and dam, right? There's a lot of stuff out there, so this is also pretty good. And this Roar of the Dream is still really good from last phase, but annoying to get. I don't even know if you can get it still, actually. So just as a little bonus, I went ahead and I figured out how you can have the most possible damage aside from consumables, just pure gear. I would be curious to know what it would be with consumables, honestly, but this took a bit of time, and I did all the math, and like not even tailoring shoulders or whatever. Like this is it. This is with leather. You want leather working over tailoring because of the void touch gloves, right? Times 10 all your damage. This puts you at 812.9 spell power without any buffs. Just your trinket, your gloves, and your helmet is calculated here. With extra buffs, I don't even know. You'd be well over 1,000. This is the set. Leatherworking had. This is like your BG or clip, your clip set, like your big one shot, your big Starfire. Might do it one day. Who knows? Just including this for fun. Choker, you got 2 set PvP, right? I figured the math on that. Figured out the math on that. 2 set PvP is the best for shoulders and boots. You go your BiS cloak, and then you go 2 set Feral Heart with bracer and chest. I did the math on that. You go your dagger, your BiS dagger, and then you actually go Sunken Temple offhand. And then your Swifty gloves, obviously for P1 and Zen. And then you go Sash because it has the most damage. You go Flare Core legs because it has the most damage. And then you go this ring from Reg because it has the most damage. You go Ring of Spell Power, most damage on each trinket, and Briarwood Weed, most damage passive. And this would get you your biggest Starfire possible. There's other sets where I there's so many, dude. I just wasted so much time with this, honestly, but maybe someone's interested in this. I think it's this one. Yeah, this is no gloves. This is just 2 set Feral Heart from Helm and gloves. This is like no on use besides trinket, right? Your hands and your helm instead, and then the same PvP because that's the least, and then Flare Core and WSG bracers. This puts you at 503, but this has no enchants. Same idea though. Yeah, I figured I would throw that in for fun for you guys. I actually had a little bit of fun making it, but it was pretty it was a pretty big headache too. I don't think I did it the most fashionable way, but this is how I figured out what set is the best. Yeah. Hey, if you guys got any questions, any suggestions, anything that you think I might have missed out, Pre-BiS or BiS, or just anything worth mentioning, drop a comment. I will get back to you and y'all can discuss about it. And yeah, I'm figuring this out myself. I'm not following any type of guide. This is just my opinion and what I think is good. And obviously I really value stamina a lot, and I think it's for a good reason. I think you need a lot of stamina in this game. I think if you have that full BiS list, you would just go undefeated outside of Orgrimmar doing duels and stuff. Anyways, thanks for watching.